A full house for Prime Minister's Question Time, a session dominated by domestic issues. First up, knife crime.
Mr. Speaker, everybody must be concerned about the knife crimes, and everybody in this House must want to take all the action that is necessary. That is why we are proposing tougher punishment, tougher enforcement and tougher prevention. And on prevention, I think he would agree that the main thing that was proposed this week is this, that 20,000 families that are in great difficulty will have to sign contracts of good behaviour, and that 110,000 families will be subject to parental supervision. For the first time, we are taking all the antisocial behaviour families and trying to take action to deal at root cause with the problem. It is right that people should have to face up to the consequences, of their crimes. But I'm saying to him, and I hope there is all-party support, tougher penalties, tougher enforcement with visible policing in our communities and community support officers, tougher prevention. And the main proposal that we are putting forward is that every problem family where there is action that has to be taken should be subject to parental supervision. Now, I would have thought that that should have the support of all the House.
The Prime Minister then turned to the state of the British economy and remained upbeat.
Employment in this country is at its highest level ever. There are 61,000 more jobs in the economy during the last 3 months. And while, yes, there are problems, we have inflation lower than the rest of Europe and lower than America. We are taking action to help people through these difficult circumstances, which the previous Conservative government never did when there were problems. And at the same time, we are creating more jobs in this economy, and we have the flexibility to enable us to withstand events. I would have hoped he would see the economy in its proper context.
He was then asked about global oil speculation and rising fuel prices.
Demand for oil, both now and in the medium term, exceeds supply. So it is a reasonable expectation that there will be more oil wanted in the years to come, and that is the main factor that's been driving the price up. Now, what we've got to do about this, as he would agree, is lower our dependence upon oil. That's why we've made the big decision on nuclear power opposed by the opposition. That's why we also believe in renewables, including wind power, opposed often by the opposition. That's why we want to make cars more efficient, and that's why we have incentives for fuel-efficient cars opposed by the opposition. Now, these are the measures that we can take and will take, and we will take them with our European partners. Again, the cooperation opposed by the opposition.
He was also asked if the price of oil was too high.
It's too high, and that's why I'm trying to get the oil price down. And that's why I went to Jeddah, so that we can have a dialogue between producers and consumers. That's why I'm meeting the Nigerian president this afternoon, because there's 1.5 million barrels of oil could be produced from Nigeria, but as a result of violence is not being produced. That's why we met the North Sea oil producers a few weeks ago to talk about how they could develop fields in the North Sea that are either small fields or fields that are difficult to get at. And it's precisely for these reasons that we're taking the action to reduce our dependence on oil overall. It's just unfortunate the opposition won't support these actions.